Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and gentle ladies and gentlemen. I'm your lovely host, Maya Rothwell, and this is the Fly Girls podcast. Please be warned, this is a dusty-free zone. Any dusties will be left behind. This is your last call to board the Fly Girls podcast. Thank you very much. So, first things first, guys, the dusty forecast. So, I didn't actually plan much for this episode. I just know that I needed to film. I apologize in advance if this podcast is released late. I forgot my SD cards. I always forget my SD cards. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I apologize in advance. So, dusty forecast. Condolences to Liam Payne's family, of course. Rest in peace, Liam Payne. Very sad. Okay, so on this segment of Dusty Diaries, we're going to be talking about personality tests. So, I recently did a personality test. Don't know why it took me so long, and I would highly recommend everyone to do a personality test. So, I use this website called 16 Personalities. I'll link it down below. And it is so good, guys. And it just explains a lot. And it just feels like, you know, when you do the personality test and you answer the questions, everything just makes sense. The website is free. Obviously, you can purchase additional packages if you want. My personality test told me that I'm a mediator. Other people who are also mediators, because it tells you who else is the same personality as you, like celebrities or writers, etc., etc. So some examples of other mediators was Shakespeare, Julia Roberts, J.R.R. Tolkien, creator of Words and Worlds, the Lord of the Rings personality series. So yeah, I am a mediator. Do it now, guys. Why not? Do your personality test now, and then you can comment down below your personality and if it resonated with you. Mine really resonated with me. I think it's good to know your personality type in life so you don't feel weird, because sometimes I used to feel weird. I was like, oh, why? Like in certain places I'd feel boring or antisocial. So mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives, creative and imaginative. They happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their mind. They're also known for sensitivity. These personalities can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. They're known to be extremely sentimental and nostalgic, often holding on to special keepsakes and memorabilia that brighten their days and fill the hearts with joy. True. You know what really grinds my gears, guys? All of a sudden, when a celebrity dies, everyone's a mental health advocate. And it's like, oh, so everyone's a mental health advocate now, but you was more than happy to comment abuse. You was more than happy to be cheeky, to be dusty, and comment and be a keyboard warrior. This is what I don't understand about this generation. Everyone's a mental health advocate when they're dead. And it's like, it's too late now, darling. It's actually too late now to say sorry. Instead of being a mental health advocate when someone passes, why don't you be a mental health advocate before? Doesn't make any sense. And it's really sad because I've actually witnessed it with a lot of people where I'm from. Unfortunately, the unaliving rates are very high. Mental health is really hard to access. You know, you're on a long waiting list. I've seen it with my own friends. I've seen it with like people in school. And it's really sad, actually. It's very, very sad. And it's just very strange. I've noticed this pattern a lot since, you know, people in my school who unalive themselves, etc., etc. God rest their souls. And you just see all of these people come out of the woodworks when they didn't have a nice thing to say beforehand. In fact, they was saying the most. And I'm not judging anyone. I'm not invalidating anyone's feelings. Of course, you're allowed to feel any type of way. You're allowed to. I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel a type of way. We all make mistakes. However, the same energy you have when someone's not on this earth anymore about mental health advocacy, have that same energy when they're alive. Because guess what? They need it more when they're alive than when they're not alive. Yeah, there's not much you can do now. There's not much you can do now, posting pictures and, oh, I'm so sad, I'm so sad. See it, say it, sort it. Sorry, I'm coming for the Dusties. As you know, guys, I am the Dusty Buster. Okay, back to the Dusty Diary segment. This book I'm currently reading, guys, it's so good. The Courage to Be Disliked. It is amazing. And Fly Girls and Fly Boys, you must read books. You must. Honestly, if you don't like reading books, listen to a podcast. In this day and age, everything's available online. Even on YouTube, I've seen some of 50 Cent's audiobooks on YouTube. Like, which is really good, by the way. His book's very good. I want to get the physical copy and read it. I listened to one of his books on YouTube. So these things are out there. You just have to access them via podcast. There's also Audible. Me personally, I prefer the physical copy but I also like to listen to podcasts in the car. So I actually wrote some notes. I haven't finished this book yet, but it's so good. I love psychology. As all of you who are OGs know, that I studied psychology for A-level and I loved it. And I'm actually thinking of going back to university and taking my master's. One of my friends is a therapist and we was talking the other day and I was thinking, everyone comes to me and trauma dumps anyway, and everyone tells me their issues and everyone asks me for advice anyway, and everyone thinks I'm their therapist anyway. So why shall I not just actually pursue a career in it? But I will put a pin in it because I would like to not work and do my master's at the same time, because I've not been told very good things about universities in Dubai or studying in Dubai. So obviously quality of education is very good in England. So I need to find a way, because my friend said her boss didn't even consider online degrees. So I might have to look at doing a degree back in England or in America, or I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because a master's is only 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, I am really heavily considering going back and doing my master's. And by the way, this will go into what I'm going to discuss later. You're not too old. Don't let anyone tell you you're too old to do something. Obviously, I'm still young, but you're never too old. Don't let the Dusties tell you you're expired at 30. You're not. And a lot of people I speak to in their 30s say 30s is the new 20s, best years of your life. And then people in the 40s say 40s is the new 30s, best years of your life. I honestly think as you just get older, you just don't give a rat's anymore. You don't care about people's thoughts and opinions. It's of your best interest to focus on yourself, focus on your own, have your ducks in a row. And obviously you might have a family, you might have a business, you might have a career. So I actually think as you get older, that's probably the best time to do things. For example, me going back to if I do go back to university now, inshallah, I know that I would be better now than I was when I was younger, because when I was younger, I was going through a lot of things. My father passed away, and even my university offered to let me have a break. There was take a year out if you want and, come back. And I didn't, because I was stubborn. I was like, no, I want to finish. I was at a point where I just hated university, and I'm glad I finished. Don't know how I finished. I really hated it because COVID came and then it went online. But that time is over, and alhamdulillah. So, okay, also do this, guys. I got this tip from my friend Luciana. She underlines with a pencil while I highlight. But I mean, if you want to rub it out or you make an error, you can just use a pencil. I like to highlight things I resonate with. I highlighted a lot of the theory and psychology stuff. So trauma does not exist. So in this book, basically, it talks a lot about etiology. I'm probably saying this wrong, guys. Etiology and theology. So when I studied psychology for A-level, we did do Sigmund Freud, but I never heard of etiology. So already I'm really interested in this book. Those who take an etiological stance, including most counselors and psychiatrists, would argue that what you were suffering from stemmed from such and such cause in the past, and would then end up just consoling you by saying, so you see, it's not your fault. The argument concerning so-called traumas is typical of etiology. In Adlerian psychology, trauma is definitively denied. This was a very new and revolutionary point. Certainly the Freudian view of trauma is fascinating. But Adler, in denial of the trauma argument, states the following: no experience is in itself a cause of our success or failure. We do not suffer from the shock of our experiences, the so-called trauma. Instead, we make out of them whatever suits our purposes. We are not determined by experiences, but the meaning we give them is self-determining. Self-determining. Guys, I can't speak today. I just landed from Australia, so I'm sorry. 10 a.m., slept all day. I'm sorry. Again, apologies in advance, guys, if this pod is late. I know I'm supposed to post on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Inshallah, we can manage. Anyways, people fabricate anger. This is another chapter. Anger is a tool that can be taken out as needed. So basically, there's an example in here that's don't quote me on this, guys, but if you have a knife in front of you, well, that means you're just going to stab someone if you're angry. No, obviously that's not the case. So this book makes a lot of sense. I really like its outlook on things. And it actually changed my mind. I used to have this viewpoint of people can't really change, people don't change, in terms of the Dusties. Obviously, I do believe that if you want to change from within yourself, you can. I still don't believe that you can change an individual yourself. They have to want that from within. But this book has made me actually open my eyes a bit more and open to the fact that people can change, but still, obviously, they have to want to change from within. That's my viewpoint. How to live without being controlled by the past. Adlerian psychology is a form of thought, a philosophy that is opposed to nihilism. We are not controlled by emotion. While it shows that people are not controlled by emotion, additionally, it shows that we are not controlled by the past. If you end up staying in etiology, you will be bound by the past and never be able to find happiness. I'm just reading some of the things I highlighted, guys. If you want, I got this off TikTok Shop, really cheap when I was in England. I'm a sucker for TikTok Shop. Like, I'm a shopaholic in general, but for TikTok Shop, when I go to England, oh my God, I still have some parcels in England that I need to go and collect. The Freudian etiology that is typified by the trauma argument is determinism in a different form and is the road to nihilism. Nihilism, that's a word I highlighted that I wanted to search actually. Also do this, guys. If you don't understand a word, type it in. Guys, I don't know what nihilism is. Oh, nihilism. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Learn how to pronounce, it says on the dictionary. Yeah, I could do with learning how to pronounce actually. I've heard of this actually before. I remember one teacher told me that there's this theory that if you're in a room, say this podcast studio is this room now I'm in, nothing outside of this exists. It's just all blackness. Me personally, I don't believe that theory, but that is a theory I've been told before. Historical, the doctrine of an extreme Russian revolutionary party. I'm guessing nihilism in this context is obviously philosophical, the belief that nothing in the world has real existence. So when I say Freudian, it's that Sigmund Freud. He was a famous psychologist back in Okay, Sigmund Freud was born 6th of May, 1856. He died 23rd of September, 1939. So that was that era, but he revolutionized psychology, basically. Say what you will about him. I know he's got a lot of controversy about him, but he's a great psychologist. And without him, we wouldn't know a lot about psychology that we do today. Are you going to accept values like that? The philosopher states to this youth student. Please understand, it is Freudian etiology that denies our free will and treats humans like machines. What else, guys? I'm not going to read the whole book to you, obviously. The Greek word for good, agathon, does not have a moral meaning. It just means beneficial. People always choose not to change. So, guys, you just have to read this book for yourself because there's lots of examples. This student is talking about his friend and the philosopher is basically saying your friend is choosing not to change because that's the outcome he wants. And I've realized this with a lot of people, actually, that they want to be the damsel in distress. They like to be the victim. Not everyone, of course. But if you stay stuck in this victim mentality and this damsel in distress mentality, you are draining yourself and you're depleting your own energy. I know it's easy said than done to be positive and have, this great outlook on life when things aren't going well for you. But it actually could be a lot worse. That's what I always say to myself, alhamdulillah for everything. You're not in a war-torn country. Most of you who are watching this have access to Wi-Fi, have access to either a laptop, a television, a mobile device, something, We are a lot better off than we think we are, guys. And some people commented on some of my TikTok. This is why I don't do TikTok comments anymore, because you don't know me from Adam and Eve and you're saying, oh, you're fed with a silver spoon. You don't know me. I was most definitely not fed with a silver spoon, which leads me to actually a comment. Obviously, I'm not going to name any names, but this person, I actually know them in real life, and they had the cheek to comment. I just asked them, I was like, are you okay? So they commented on my podcast something like, and guys, if you don't understand my sense of humor, just leave, just go. I will never understand these people. It's so weird to me if you don't like something to stay and watch it. Swipe. The block button is free, must I remind you. If you don't like me, block me, delete me, remove me, swipe. Why are you choosing to sit and... I don't get it. People take freedom of speech too far and free will too far. Sometimes it's actually okay to think before you speak, think before you comment. Can we actually just normalize silence for once? Oh, she deleted it. Oh, no, she didn't delete it. So... why have you created a podcast and your first video is dragging people down? Go in the Dusty Girl crew. Go in the Dusty Girl crew. Okay, Q, it's not crew. They want us queens. You've successfully made a great life for yourself after coming from near struggle. And this is the narrative you're putting out. You used to have a heart, bro. It's so sad to see what the material world does to a person. You know what's really, really sad about villagers? Yeah. Nothing against villagers. I am a villager myself. You know, this small village mentality is ever so sad. For you to not understand a joke and to comment and then try to bring me down and say, oh, like you're in this materialistic world now. You used to have a heart. Oh, so I don't have a heart anymore. And this is what I've realized, guys. Like, I'm actually okay with being the villain in your story now. Okay, I'm a bitch. Sorry that I wanted a good life for myself. I'm sorry that I went to university in London. I'm sorry that I did well in school. I'm sorry that I worked really hard to get into a grammar school for sixth form and then go to London for university and then move to Dubai. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I wanted more for myself than to stay in the village with negativity. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. You also, yes, we've come from the same place. You also have had the same opportunities as me, if not more. Like, no one told you to be Dusty. You know, it's so funny. People, I start reading the comments because sometimes I just think, as if you think I care. As if you think I care about you. People are just so annoying. Like, they'll ask me for help and ask me for advice, and then they argue with me. And it's like, but you asked me for advice. Like the car video I did when I advised people to get a car. Obviously, if you don't have the means to, I'm not telling you to go broke to get a car. If you have the means to, you can. There's always an exception to the rule, but people just, they don't really use their brains these days on social media, I'm afraid. So that's another Dusty die re-entry, that comment. And it's just such a shame. This small village mindset is such a shame. And I was telling my sister, because my sister wanted to post like singing videos and she wanted to post on social media. And she's finally moved to London now for stage school. But before then I was like, why are you scared? Like, you literally will go to university soon. You will not remember any of these people. You'll not probably see them again in your life. And who cares what they have to say? But because I'm out of that, it's easy for me to say that. But when you're stuck in the small town, this small village, and everyone's in your ear, everyone's talking ras, yeah, obviously it is hard. And obviously you'd rather not put yourself out there to be abused by these hooligans, by these Dusties. So if you're watching this and you're from a small village and people are like this, just take no notice. Take no notice. They're going to talk about you regardless. I remember when I first moved to London, one of my friends told me that the old sixth form I was in, people was like in the common room saying, oh, well, it's a good job she's good looking. It's a good job. And it's like, what do you mean it's a good job she's good looking? No, it's a good job I've got a brain, because I was in the library studying. You think I got accepted into university for being good looking? Get a grip. Actually get a grip. You don't have your picture and your personal statement. Can I tell you that, guys? For anyone who doesn't know what a personal statement is, it's basically when you apply to university, you write this personal statement. It's like almost like a letter. And I actually got some letters back for my personal statement saying how good it was. Like, not to toot my own horn, but yeah. You know, these naysayers, these NPCs, non-playable characters, take no notice. You think if I sat caring and crying what these villagers and Dusties are saying about me, that I would have gone to university in London, that I would have moved to Dubai? Oh, this is why move in silence as well. If you have to post on an account that's not your name, do it. If you have to block people, do it. Just do it, because one day when you're up, they're going to be backup dancing for you. Oh, in your DMs. Oh, wow. How did you do this? How did you apply for that job? Can you help me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's always like that. Everyone laughs at you until they want to be you, basically. So yeah, these backup dancers, bye. Keep backup dancing for me. You actually help me. You actually help the algorithm. Continue backup dancing. I love you. I love my groupies. I love my backup dancers. Mwah. No boss. Thank you. Hoover. That's the sound of the Hoover coming to get you, Dusties. Goodbye. I need to get a little Hoover, guys, here to just Hoover the Dusties. Hopefully all the Dusties have left by now. Back to the PowerPoint that I made that I've not been following. Okay, some books that I do want to also get. I want to get Daily Stoic. I really love Stoicism. I've been looking into Stoicism for a while now. I watched some videos on it and, you know, the way of life. Very good. Stoicism, for anyone who doesn't know, is, let me get the real definition. Stoicism. Stoicism teaches the development of self-control as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. The philosophy holds that becoming a clear and unbiased thinker allows one to understand the universal reason. In my opinion, Stoicism is basically what's not in your control, you cannot control it. So what's the use of getting angry and wasting your emotions and anger on something that is out of your control anyway? Like, don't cry over spilt milk, guys, please. Well, it's not going to do anything. You know, stressing yourself. Stress makes you spotty. Stress makes you age. Stress is really bad for your body, you know. Your body's a temple, as I always say. Khalas with the stress. But I need to actually stop buying books. I buy loads of books and then I don't have space for them. So maybe I should actually buy audiobooks, but I just like to have the physical book. I remember one time this supervisor said to me, she saw a book in my cabin bag. And she said, do you sell your books? And I was like, no. And she said, well, let me know if you do. And it was so funny. But no, I don't sell my books, guys. For anyone who wants to buy my books, I don't sell them because I like it. I just think it's so nice to have the physical copy. Then one day I'll have a bookshelf or library, inshallah. And then my children, like if they're bothered about something, I'll just be like, oh yeah, just go and read that book, The Courage to Be Disliked. Go and read this, go and read that. And I just think that's nice. I think that's a nice concept to have. But, you know, instead of iPad and iPad kids, it's such a shame to see, like, you know, babies holding an iPad. And I mean, I get it. I probably would do it as well if they're just crying for iPad. But it's actually nice just to be not an iPad kid. Even me, sometimes I have to sit down and watch something to eat. It's so scary how, as a generation now, we can't even eat without watching something. It's crazy. Another thing as well, another update, guys, for my Dusty Diaries. I now have turned off all of my notifications. I already had notifications turned off anyways. However, now everything is off. I remember I used to have like social media notifications off, but I kept WhatsApp. And I remember a makeup artist said to me, no, the stylist on this shoot for Ling Ling said to me, no, I have my WhatsApp notifications off as well. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, if I want to go on WhatsApp, I'll go on WhatsApp. This is another thing. Our mobile device is our mobile device. If I want to go on my phone, I'll go on my phone. If I want to message you, I will message you. I will never understand when people get offended because do you think it's normal to get an immediate reply? You know, back in the day, we used to write letters. Well, maybe not we. You know, back in the day, you'd write a letter and you'd send it on a pigeon, or you'd write a letter, send it in the post. Now, people just want immediate access to you, immediate responses from you. And it's like, I'm so sorry, but no, actually, no. This is my life. I will do what I want to do in my free time and my days off. If I want to respond, if I feel like responding and going on my phone, I will. And I would highly suggest you all do that. Fly girls, fly guys, fly thems, fly kings and queens, because you deserve to live life without going on your phone and being stressed. I'd avoid going on my phone. And I just thought, why? Why am I getting stressed from my own mobile device? When I go on my phone, I like to have a laugh. If I watch TikTok, hee ha ha, funny video here and there. I don't want annoying people. This is another thing. Stay away from the opportunists. You know, these opportunists and leeches. I don't know why, but since I turned 24, obviously I do know my prefrontal cortex is developing, like I'm saying on every episode. But when your prefrontal cortex develops, this is the prefrontal cortex, by the way, guys. For anyone who doesn't know, it's like this part of the brain. You have the amygdala at the back. I don't have a brain. I wish I just had a brain here and I could show you. The amygdala is at the back. And then I'll show you. So the prefrontal cortex is thought of as the personality center. This is the region that makes us uniquely human, by the way. So this in blue is the prefrontal cortex. Let me make this bigger. This is the prefrontal cortex in blue, the front part of your brain here. This is the prefrontal cortex. And when you're turning, for everyone it's different. I don't know for boys, but for me, I definitely could feel it, the change from the age of 24 to 25, could even be 26. For me, I felt it like 23, like late 23, 24. But to be honest, I feel like I felt it even earlier than that. I feel like it develops and develops and develops. And then one day you wake up and it just feels like the rose-tinted spectacles are gone. So yeah, that area in blue, when you get to 24, 25, and you start having all these epiphanies and realizations, maybe some people don't feel bad if you haven't. I definitely did. And I kind of realized there was a lot of useless people in my life, a lot of people who just was opportunists, taking advantage of my kindness and using my kindness for weakness, basically, and just full-time professional vampires, full-time professional leeches. And I was like, halas, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And I kind of sat down with myself one day and I was And I thought to myself, all the energy you put to others, who does the same for you? And it's not many, guys. I can probably count on one hand, the people who would do the same for me. So no more going above and beyond for the Dusties. Sorry, some of your friends are Dusties. Some of your friends, your family even, your boyfriend. Let's not even talk about Zift friend. Yeah. I don't believe in boyfriend, girlfriend, but your boyfriend, whatever. They can be Dusties and opportunists. And unfortunately, they will drain you. And you must not entertain these kinds of people. And yes, they will be offended. They might open their beak. They might, oh, rah, this. You think you're too good. Okay, bye. Don't be Dusty then. And I just find it ever so embarrassing. For me, I'm very hyper independent. And that also is a trauma response, guys. If you're hyper independent and you don't want anyone to do anything for you, you do everything by yourself. It's good in some aspects of life, but it's actually okay to let people help you once in a while. Allow people to help you. Allow people to, don't just have this wall up all the time and be like, no, I'm doing everything alone. But obviously it can be a trauma response from childhood, from, being disappointed, perhaps as a child with your parental relationships, perhaps even in school. So join the club if you're very hyper independent. Personally, I love being alone and I would not change it for the world because the company you keep is very important, guys. As you get older, you will realize this. Don't surround yourself with Dusties, please, for crying out loud. Another Dusty diary entry. I unfollowed a girl who ghosted me. And I know I just said I turn all my notifications off and I reply when I want to reply. But that is different. I actually know this girl in real life. And I messaged her asking about something because she works in real estate. And she just didn't reply. And I gave her a chance. I was like, okay, a few hours, no reply. Unfollowed. And I'm not cheeky. I removed her from my following also. I'm not cheeky, I'm not going to do that and leave, So yeah, bye. Because all the time, everyone demands our attention and then they get upset when you don't give them yours. And then they get offended when you revoke access and stop doing favors for them. And they act as if it was their right. Yeah, they act as if it was their right for you to do them favors and for you to, out of the kindness of your own heart, help them and be there for them. And it's just so funny and hypocritical, and it's actually scary. It's actually scary, yeah? Because I actually have shame. Bring back shame, normalize shame, by the way, because I would never ask the things people ask of me. It's actually scary, the things people ask of me, guys. I cannot believe it. And a lot of my guy friends, they understand. When I talk to my guy friends, they're like, Maya, what? People ask you this? And I'm like, yep. And if you feel like you're one of those people who had no shame, was asking me for too much, if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. It's okay. Change your ways. Get this book and change your ways. And it's scary because I used to think people, when they mature, they stop doing this childish stuff. But actually, it was the people older than me asking for these favors and being childish and not respecting my boundaries. And it's like, so at what age do people learn about boundaries? And at what age do people learn how to be respectful and not be cheeky and dusty and rassy, please? I don't get it. I already spoke to you about my social media. Oh, guys, I did a social media detox. It was so good, not like cold turkey as in delete everything, which I used to do every Ramadan. I used to do that, just come off social media just to be focused. So I was speaking to one of my friends, Chloe. She's very much into her fitness and she was doing monk mode, but she was taking it very seriously. Like we went for a roast dinner, Shamiso, Chloe and I, and she didn't even have a roast dinner. She had like some healthy drink or water or something because she was really taking this monk mode seriously. And I was shocked. I was like, not you turning down a roast dinner. For me, roast dinners is my pleasure in life. A good roast dinner. You can take the girl out of Yorkshire, but you can't take the Yorkshire out of the girl. I wrote some notes about this. Being present in the moment, limiting screen time, social media as a reward for positive reinforcement, not negative pairing. Okay, so of course I turned this into a psychology essay. Escapism. Okay. I literally wrote a whole flipping paragraph on this, but to cut a long story short, Use social media as a positive reinforcement. For example, if you're in school and you're studying for your GCSEs, for university, use it as a reward. So, okay, if I study for half an hour and I know the theory pretty well now, 10 minutes on my phone, 10 minutes scrolling on TikTok, khalas, timer, done. Another half an hour or 20 minutes. It depends how much, everyone's different, depends, Some of you might have a photographic memory. Some of you might be auditory learners, visual learners, as you wish, whatever study style you like best. For me personally, what one of my psychology teachers would do, which I really like. So write down on a piece of paper everything you remember about the subject or the theory or like the page, whatever. And then if you're alone, you can just do it yourself. Get a different color pen, then look at the book or the theory or whatever you need to remember. Write it in a different color. So maybe you forgot the date the study was done, write the date, the researcher, the reference, etc., etc. And then my psychology teacher, she would also get us to throw it, like scrunch it up, throw it out the wall. And then as a class, we would read it and then add to others. But you can't do it alone. I mean, you don't have to scrunch it and throw it with the, EastEnders dramatics if you don't want to. But yeah, that's a really good way to study. I'll have to do another video about studying, guys, because that is a whole podcast in itself. There's also psychology and learning as well. Sorry to lead everything back to psychology. But actually, everything does lead back to psychology. Everything leads back to psychology. It's crazy. And sometimes I wish I wasn't so educated because sometimes people approach me and they just act really obscene. And I'm like, oh my God. And I know why. I know why they're acting like that, but they don't know why. And I don't always tell people, I don't always tell everyone unless they ask me. And also some people they ask and they don't want to know. This is another thing. Sometimes with your friends, just ask them, do you want me to listen or do you want me to advise? What do you want from me now? Do you want a shoulder to cry on or do you want me to say something? Because some people, you tell them the truth and they don't like it. Since I stopped with the makeup videos and actually opened my mouth about the Dusty Apocalypse and the Dusty Buster stuff, people are fuming. And it's like, you're fuming because something resonates with you inside, that you're dusty, obviously. So, okay, gratitude. Guys, I found this one boy on YouTube. What's his name? I think he will be really big. He's called Aston, yeah. Just this random guy on YouTube, American guy.
It actually means a lot to me. I feel like it's something I've struggled with for a lot of my life. And that's just embracing change.
So this boy called Aston on YouTube, he just has these videos and he only has like 96 subscribers, 6 videos, but he just talks so much sense. He's very in tune with himself and he's very he's very switched on. And some of his videos, I'll link it down below. He has, you'll never be happy until you enjoy being alone, which I love that episode because I always tell you guys, get your ducks in a row, learn to love yourself, be alone. Don't let judgment change you. Why you should simp for women. Gratitude will change your life. So this video, gratitude will change your life. He talks about this exercise. So get a piece of paper now, guys, and fold it in half and write 5 things you're grateful for now and 5 things you're grateful for the future. It's just such a nice exercise to do. I remember I used to do this with my friends as well when I was in university. Some of my friends who was going through a lot, when we'd wake up and be like, hi, how are you? I would straight away say, what are 3 things you're grateful for? So yeah, write it down. If you can't do 5, do 3. If you can't do 3, do 1. If you can't do 1, then you need to encourage yourself in this way of thinking because it's easy to sit and be pessimistic and the glass is half empty. But once you actually see how beautiful the world is and once you actually realize how well you are doing and how amazing your body is, your mind is, you're actually a lot more capable of achieving your dreams than you think, guys. Your brain is a very powerful tool, like I just showed you, and all of the different parts. It's not a coincidence we was made like that, mashallah. It's not a coincidence we was made like that. It's not a coincidence we have the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere. Oh, I need to show you this video, guys. There's a video of your brain, the nerves, the neurons actually physically changing. I'm so fuming, I can't find it, guys, but it was this video of the neurons changing. Let me just see if I can Google it. This is why I tell you to read books as well, because once you read books, you will, for example, this person, I believe this was originally in Japanese and then they translated it to English. But for example, this person's life's work and research, he's put it into this book. So when you finish this book, you're reading someone's life work and lifelong research or however much research they've put into this in one reading, in one sitting, in one book, however long it takes you to read this. This is why you really need to read books, and you can change. Guys, check this. This is the neurons in your brain connecting to weight.
What you're looking, and if you wait really patiently, you'll be able to see them connecting to one another.
Guys, that is the neuron, like those are neurons connecting. That's inside of our bodies. You realize that? Okay, another video. Guys, you are not old. It's never too late to start something. I was having this conversation with another girl. She like loves photography. She has the same job as I, you know, cabin crew. And I was telling her, what's stopping you from, she literally already has a camera. And I was like, what's stopping you? Post. And she was too shy to post. And I gave her this speech and I made her do a mind map and what's your goal? Do you want to buy a house? You should save. You know, the same speech I do to a lot of people. And she was so happy. She was like, oh, thank you so much. And this guy, one of the other crew walked past and was like, oh, the first class crew, he said, what? She gave you money? Like, what did she do? And she's like, no, she gave me more than money. And he's just so cute. Just so cute, because for me, that's nothing. For me, talking to someone and being like, right, you know, get your ducks in a row and helping someone get the ducks in a row. For me, that's nothing. That's just a normal conversation. But for her, like, she was so happy. And it annoys me when I hear people in their 30s, 40s say, oh, I'm too old. Why are you aging yourself? Even I hear people in their 20s saying, no, I'm old. What do you mean you're old? You're 27 or 30 or 40 or... I'm sorry, but unless you're 200, 300 years old, don't come to me and say I'm old. Because Kentucky Fried Chicken was actually in his 60s when he had his Southern Fried Chicken recipe and then made KFC. If Kentucky Fried Chicken himself, what's his real name? I keep saying Kentucky Fried. KFC real name. It's not Ronald McDonald. Oh, Colonel Sanders. My English is really bad today. This guy, he was in his 60s when he made the KFC. So don't come to me and say I'm old. Listen, if Colonel Sanders can form the enterprise of KFC, you cannot come to me and say I'm old to post on TikTok. Please be for real. There's grandmas on TikTok. There's nonnas on TikTok. There's granddads on TikTok. Please be for real. This is another video I'd like to show you guys.
I want to have kids. I have to do it by the time that I turn 35.
Ah, yes, 35. The age when the media tells us a woman's fertility rate supposedly plummets.
You've got to get pretty serious about having kids before 35. You're getting older and...
Wait, let me send this to my...
By the time we're 35, fertility is decreased by 50%.
See? I gotta get bacon now before this oven breaks down. I mean, they have done studies.
Sure, but where those studies got their data from is real weird.
Was it from a large, well-conducted sample of modern women?
Nope, it came from rural French census records from the 1600s.
Pas de boue, pas de fesse. Oh, c'est paradis! Seriously? I have been getting fertility advice from a bunch of 400-year-old French farmers?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, Emily, this is Jean Twenge, the author of The Impatient Woman's Guide to Getting Pregnant and the researcher who discovered the truth about this data.
You know, when I wanted to have kids in my...
Guys, I'll insert a clip of Adam Ruins Everything. He has this video. It's called You Can Still Have Babies After 35. He basically says, like, these studies that make us think, oh, after 30, women can't have children, which obviously you can. That's based on times when we had the plague. Back in times, you know, back in the day, people would have like 10 children just in the hopes that one would survive, two would survive. That's what they did. We're not living in those times anymore. We've come a very long way when it comes to healthcare and science. And when we have children now, yeah, it's not like back in the day when you'd have to have 10 kids in the hopes of one or two surviving, you know? So don't let anyone tell you, don't let the patriarchy tell you you're old. You're not. You're actually not. Don't let the Dusties hoodwink you. Don't let people tell you you ain't ever going to have that. You're not going to have that. The flight that I just did, I landed from this morning, 2 of the boy crew in business class, they both proposed to their now wives within 4 months. 4 months they proposed. Don't let the Dusties say, oh no, we must be in a talking stage for 10 years. You must live in my house for 10 years before I milk you like a cow and put a ring on your finger. The ring will never come. I can tell you that for free. You don't ever want to do a forced ring situation anyway. And lastly, there will be a guy who will be willing to do that. I have friends younger than me who got married. I have a lot of friends who did things the proper way and not this kuffar way. Yeah? Don't let anyone tell you, you're not going to get that. You're not... That's what they want you to think. The Dusties want you to think that no one's going to propose to you, that no one's going to marry you. And you know what? We enable them. I'm not even going to... Well, not me, the Dusties. Don't enable these guys. Do you think if we all went back to the Bridgerton way and we let these men court us, you know, back in the day, guys would actually have to show their earnings and show their wealth to the parents and to the family before they could even have a chance to get to know the daughter. Like, and now you want to go to a guy's house from Tinder, from Bumblebee. Yani, like, what is this behavior? It's actually very scary. The same world we lived in where Jeffrey Dahmer existed and Ted Bundy, you go into a guy's house and you don't even know him. Please. Netflix and chill where? Netflix and chill in hell? I don't think so, darling. If you want me, you can marry me. If you want me to see your house, you can marry me. If you want me to be on your bed, you can marry me. Yeah, no ring, no Ross. Don't let the Dusties hoodwink you girls, yeah? It happens, and I know multiple people's it happened too, and even me, it's nearly happened for me too, and it just wasn't written, wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it happens. Don't let the Dusties tell you otherwise. Okay, guys, I saw another video. I will link everything down below as well because I believe in giving credit where it's due. Some people, some influencers, they hate to tag people. Some brands, they hate to tag the models. And it's like, you do realize they're promoting your brand and there's enough people in the world for everyone to have followers and to have influence. Like, some people are just so weird. It's so scary, these people. So yeah, I will be putting them in the description down below and giving credit where it's due because they deserve it. So this girl on TikTok called Eddie Adelmina, she said, you're not old after 25. Gwen Stefani was 35 in Hollaback Girl. Yeah. And I don't know if you can see, guys, look how slim she was. People keep telling me, oh, wait till you're 25, you're going to get fat. Your body goes like this, your body goes downhill. And it's like, do you know me? I go to Pilates every week. I bike ride, I horse ride. I have such an active lifestyle. Like, maybe for you, yeah, but I don't sit on my sofa and eat potatoes all day with my slippers on. Like, maybe yes, your metabolism slows down after 25, but you don't know me. And one of my friends, he said to me, because he's 30 and he's very muscly, he's actually was my Arabic teacher. I need to get back to doing my Arabic lessons, actually. My friend, he's Lebanese, Firas, he's the Arabic teacher, by the way, if you want to have some lessons. I'll also put the link down below for the company he works for. So he said to me, no, Mai, that's not true. Like, if you're healthy, you train, your body will be good. And it's so true. But these things, another thing, don't listen to other people. Unless you want to be like them, don't listen. Guys, I listened to the Dusties when they said to me, wait, the real estate market's going to go down in Dubai. Guys, you know, if I didn't listen 2 years ago, I would have been, in terms of real estate, I would have been 200K richer. But I didn't. I waited and waited and waited. And guess what happened to real estate? It went up and up and up. So don't listen. If you have a good feeling about something, listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, and listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Because these Dusties, they will want you to be like them. The Dusties don't want you to be above them. Move in silence, do things in silence, trust your gut. Obviously, talk to professionals. Now, like, if I want real estate advice, I will go to my friend's mum, who's an estate agent. I will be getting her on the podcast so we can actually squash these rumors about real estate. Eva Longoria was 29 in season 1 of Desperate Housewives. Alexa Demi was 29 in season 1 of Euphoria. Your life is not over after your 20s. Guys, who told you your life's over after the 20s anyway? To be honest, I understand, because I remember when I lived in England and I was 20, 21, and I kind of went through a quarter-life crisis in COVID and went and bought a car. So, yeah, I know, strange thing to do in COVID to buy a car, but I actually did feel that sense of that I wasn't doing well in life, that I wanted to do more, and I kept pushing myself and eventually burnt out. And I remember when I lived in London and I was working so much, I was studying full-time, working all the time as well. And my mum was like, your brain and your soul and your mental health is so much more important. Once you lose that, like, you have nothing, basically, it's gone. And it's so true. You really have to take care of yourself And this is what I hate, this, you know, this hustle culture. Oh, start a business, quit your 9 to 5. No. And I've actually noticed this trend. People actually are going back to 9 to 5 jobs and doing influencing on the side. You can be an influencer on your days off. You can be an influencer on the side. It is not mandatory to quit your job, to quit your well-paying job that you studied hard for. And even if you don't have a high-paid job, it is not mandatory to quit. You can change and look for something better. But don't listen to these useless people, honestly. People just... I see people advising sometimes, and I'm like, it's like Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men, Tweedledum, Tweedledee. It's like three blind mice, honestly, leading each other. Listen to people who you want to be like. Listen to your friends' parents who you look up to. Listen to your parents. You know, listen to the people you respect in your life, you know, not these rasses, you know. People always give me real estate advice and they've never bought a house in their life. They don't know anything. They don't have any qualifications in real estate. And I'm like, oh, so you're advising me on something you know nothing about. Not to say you have to buy and you have to study to know about real estate and to know about something, but I would much rather take advice from, for example, Zoe, my friend's mum, who has her own company in real estate, who has agents, who's an agent herself, you know. Even these agents, let's not even talk about agents in Dubai. That is a different level. Sometimes I look at these agents and I'm like, don't you let me be an agent, because I will take all of your listings and I'll take all of your money. Yeah, because in Dubai, agents don't get a salary, they get commission. It's solely commission. So there's some companies that do salary, but it's not much. Or you get less commission. Some of these estate agents in Dubai, it's actually shocking. It's like, you really don't want to get paid, do you? You really don't want that commission, do you? Anyways, so yeah, write down 5 things you're grateful for now, 5 things you're grateful for in the future. For example, I don't have a bit of paper right now. 5 things I'm grateful for now. Being sat in this studio now, recording content for you guys. My lovely laptop. My lovely phone that allows me to communicate with people. This bottle of water, because I love water. This book. The ability to be able to buy this book. You know, to have the resources to buy this book. This microphone. These cameras. My hair. My body. My face. My health. Okay, there's too much. Things I'm grateful for the future books I'm going to read, the future followers who are also going to make it out of the Dusty apocalypse with us on this journey, the future studio that I might have one day in my own house, the future rings I get from someone who's not a ras, inshallah, the future blazers I'm going to buy. Was that 5? I think it's more than 5. Okay, so that's my PowerPoint done. And okay, so one comment, let me address this. So I had a comment on my YouTube. Let me get it. By the way, guys, if you've made it up to this point, please leave a love heart down below in the comments. I will check. To be honest, YouTube is the only platform I don't mind to check because people are actually nice on YouTube. And let me know your personality type down below if you've done the test. Hopefully you've done it by now. And what else? Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. It really helps me out in terms of the podcast. I will be uploading all of the audio soon, inshallah, onto Spotify, Apple, all of the streaming platforms. And I will be getting a new podcast artwork. I'll be showing you that, guys, soon. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to answer some of your questions from YouTube. You record this on your Nokia. Shut up. Hopefully someday you get back to Ireland. I love Ireland, guys. You know, one guy, when I went to Ireland, he put £10 in my pocket. And I was like, no, like, what are you doing? And he's like, you're a superstar. He just said, you're a superstar. Guys, this is what I realized. This is why England and Ireland are actually separate. Because ain't no guy in England doing that, putting a tenner in your pocket just because you're a superstar. I can tell you that for free. So you like air pollution and no freedom of speech, plus living in a place where country is close to being... Ugh. You know, people love to say the most about Dubai. It's because they can't come to Dubai. People love to say the most about Dubai, spread misinformation about Dubai. Don't listen to them, guys. It's such nonsense. Come to Dubai and see how amazing it is for yourself. Why do you think everyone from England is moving here? Why do you think there's so many expats? Come and see for yourself. Don't listen to these useless people. Ask them, have you been to Dubai? No, but I saw... Oh, shut up. No source, no ras, no nothing. Yeah, where's your source? Confused.com? Because that's what you are, useless. People just talk for free. They talk for decoration and they've got no clue what they're talking about. And it's actually ever so embarrassing. Okay, I can't find the comment, but someone basically said, like, how to accept being skinny. And you know what it is? Skinny is coming back into fashion now. And like fashion, trends come and go. BBLs, curvy, hourglass figure, skinny, slim, athletic build. Whatever you like your body to be it. Don't listen to anyone else. Oh, you look better this, you look better that. Whatever you are happy with, you know, in a healthy way, obviously, be it. And whatever you're most confident in, be that. If you're happy with having a slim build, have a slim build. If you like the way your body looks after Pilates, with Pilates, continue Pilates. If you like the way your body looks with cardio, continue the cardio. Everyone always asks me how I stay slim. Even when I go to the doctors, they're like, how do you stay so slim? I just live a very active lifestyle. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't even try. I don't really watch what I eat. Obviously, I eat good. And I saw one guy explaining this, and I think this is close enough to what I do. 80-20. So 80% of the time I eat good, 20% of the time not so good. Obviously, it's hard when you're traveling and flying to find healthy food all the time. But yeah, I just live a very active lifestyle. I like to go on bike rides on the beach. I like to swim a lot. I don't really like cardio. I don't really like running. I don't want to go for a walk. In England, I used to love running and going for jogs and stuff. In Dubai, no, not in this heat. So I like anything, animals, like horse riding, tennis. I like tennis, even though I'm not that good at it. I want to try paddle. Bike rides, swimming, Pilates. Pilates for me was a game changer. Pilates, I've seen parts of my body toned that I've never seen toned in my life. Pilates, I think, was I don't think you need many sessions of Pilates to even notice a difference. For me, Pilates is now just maintenance. And I feel like the more you do it, the better your body gets, basically. And the man who invented Pilates was a German guy. This one, I don't understand why guys make fun of Pilates. Like, they make fun of it. And it's like, no, when I see guys who do Pilates, I'm like, good for you, because it's actually, for men, it's quite hard to have that balance on the machine and, you know, to be quite flexible. You should try it, boys. If you're watching this, actually try it. You'll have so much fun. It's actually really good. Joseph Hubertus Pilates, 9th of December 1883 to 9th of October 1967, was a German physical trainer, writer and inventor. He invented Pilates and the Pilates method of fitness. Don't know if you can see him. So yeah, honestly, for women, I'd highly recommend Pilates. Not just because it makes your body look good, the strength, your spine. And with Pilates, it's a lot about breath. It involves a lot of breath work. You think about things you would never even think of day to day, you know. If you have a big bum, your bum will stick out, and your spine, you know, it's a lot of pressure on your spine. That's what my Pilates instructor said last week, and it made me laugh. She said, yeah, having a big bum is a big responsibility. And it's true, actually. And you think about all of the vertebrae, because the instructor, if they're a good instructor, will tell you about the vertebrae. And when you're on the Reformer, I do Reformer personally on ClassPass. The ClassPass link is I'll link it down below. If you sign up with the link or without the link, because some people, they don't want to click on influencer links because they think, oh, the influencer gets something, and they don't want to give the influencer anything. Guys, I couldn't care less. Everyone asks me what I do, and I'm telling you, Pilates. But I saw one girl say an influencer was promoting something on Amazon storefront, and she purposely bought it off a different storefront so that the influencer wouldn't get that commission. It's like, oh, wow. The influencer didn't get that 1p commission. Oh, wow. How can she ever sleep at night? How? Some people are just so weird, like, scary and stingy. Like, how cheap are you to do that? Anyways, so yeah, ClassPass, I think it's the first month free or 40 credits, whatever it is. I can't remember. It depends on your region, I believe. For me, I think I got 40 credits for free. And then if you don't like it, just cancel it. But I promise you will like it. You can do lots of different things all over the world. For example, I do it in Dubai, but if I wanted to do it in Australia, I can. If I want to do it in Bali, they also have Pilates and stuff. They also have things like boxing on there, massage. I've had a haircut on there before. Yeah, ClassPass is amazing. It helps with confidence, your posture, your spine. It makes you strong. And I feel like after Pilates, you feel like you can do anything. The confidence you get from Pilates is unmatched, guys. Honestly, I think that's why I don't know how to behave anymore. And that's why I have so much confidence and so much cheekiness. Because once you finish a Pilates reformer session or mat session, it's like, who can say anything to you? Who can actually say anything to you? Yeah, just do it. Trust me, guys. I understand the hype about Pilates. It is amazing. It's so good. If you don't like being skinny, ask yourself, why don't I like being skinny? Is it because other people call you skinny and make fun of you for being skinny? Or do you like being skinny? If you like being skinny and you like the way you look, you need to accept yourself first. Yeah, stop caring what other people like, what boys like, who gives a ass. Some people say to me, oh, well, you're so skinny. And some people don't like the athletic look and they don't like abs. Okay, but I don't care if you like abs or you don't like abs, because I like my abs, I like my body, and I like the way I look. So as long as I like the way I look, I don't care if you like the way I look or not. Some people have even said to me, oh, I like your hair better straight. Who asked? Did I ask you if you like my hair straight? No. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks for letting me know. Couldn't care less. If I like my hair curly, I'm going to wear it curly. Even, I love Shira 7, but she basically said hoop earrings is like a no-go. And I did hear Shira's voice was like, nope, saying no to the hoop earrings. But I was like, you know what? I like it, so I wore them. Or if you don't like being slim and you want to be more muscly, go to the gym, eat protein. Obviously, guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a personal trainer. Obviously, go to your physician, your doctor, but seek medical advice before you do anything that I tell you and then injure yourself. You know, consult a professional or do things your own way, in the healthy way. If you want to build muscle. Whichever way you like your body, and keep it. And do things you enjoy. If you like horse riding, horse ride. Go on a hot girl walk. Anything to keep yourself active. For me as well, staying active is not only for my body, it's just for my peace of mind as well. I cannot just sit in the house all day. I enjoy going to Pilates. I've seen a lot of videos talk about this, you know, pick your struggle. It's hard to go to the gym. It's also hard to be diabetic. It's hard to lose weight. It's also hard to be overweight. You know, it's hard to get a new job. It's also hard to be in a job you don't enjoy. Pick your struggle and embrace yourself, and stop caring if people like your body or not, because there will be people who like your body type. There's different people who like all types of body types. Worry about if you like yourself. If you like being skinny, stay skinny. If you don't, then change it. You know, eat protein, bulk up if you want to bulk up, do some weightlifting if you want to do some weightlifting and gain muscle. There's lots of things you can do. There's so many resources online for free. But yeah, I highly recommend Pilates and eating good. One of my guy friends said to me in England, because I remember I sent a picture of this girl, like this fitness influencer. I was like, wow, her body's amazing. And my friend was like, Maya, your body will look like that in 3 months if you know, went to the gym and put your mind to it. And it's so true. It's actually so true. If I really wanted to bulk up and ate properly and ate a bit more protein, I could, but I'm happy with the way I am now. Maybe one day if I want to bulk up a bit, I can. Because at one point I wanted to gain 5 kg so I could go down the slide at Atlantis, because I was turned away. I couldn't go down that big famous slide, you know, and my sister couldn't either, because you have to weigh 55 kg. At the time I weighed 50. Guys, I weigh like 49 kg now. I was weighed the other day because everyone in business class had to be weighed. And I was 49 kg and I was like, what? I don't even know how. So I'm going to try. But I don't really care. For my weight, I don't really care. I don't really watch my weight. Don't really weigh myself. I don't count calories. You know, I eat when I'm hungry. I drink a lot of water as well. Thank you for all your love and support. I really appreciate all of you. Today's journey will be landing in 10 minutes. Thank you for choosing the Fly Girls podcast to fly with us today. I'm ever so grateful. I've been your Capitan, Maya Rothwell. I look forward to showing you the amazing, super cool and exciting guests I have in store for you guys. Keep liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing so that I can get even more exciting guests for you. Let me know if you like these solo episodes. If you don't, then I can just keep doing guest episodes. And comment down below what you'd like me to talk about, what you'd like me to address, anything you want help with. Don't forget to join the Patreon and join the Fly Girls Club if you'd like to. Also, anyone who's from my Patreon, let me know what you'd like as well, guys. Do you want a group chat? I'm thinking to make like a page or group chat for the Fly Girls Club community. I'm also thinking to do pajama party vibes for the Patreon content. Let me know, guys. I'm very adaptable to you. Obviously, this is for you because I love you guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. Guys, I'm nearly on 200k. Thank you so much for all the love on TikTok. I'm sorry that I don't respond to comments anymore. I just can't be bothered because there's just too many Dusties now. Like in the beginning of my TikTok journey, there wasn't really many Dusties and I could reply to comments. And it's such a shame that there's so many Dusties now infiltrating my comments because I want to let you guys know the products, but maybe I should just put a paragraph, put the products and go. Or on my YouTube, I will be doing more makeup videos and I will put the products. So anything you want specifically, go to my YouTube and search it and I'm going to be putting a lot more of that stuff, what you guys ask me onto YouTube, so it's easier for you to find. I feel like with TikTok, one thing I would say to the guys in Silicon Valley with TikTok is to put a search bar on the profile. You know, on YouTube, you can go to someone's channel and search something on their channel. I think you should do that with TikTok as well. Have like a search bar on the creators so you can search the video. That would be good. So yeah, as of now, I have 198.1k followers on TikTok and I want to do a giveaway. At 200k, I want to do a giveaway. Let me know what you guys want. Do you want makeup? Do you want clothes? What do you want? Or any brands that want to collaborate for this giveaway, let me know. Let me know, guys. I have some rough ideas, but let me know what you guys want. I think it would be really nice to give back to you guys because you guys made this happen and I love you all so much. Another thing I'm going to leave you with today, guys, have menus. I've been writing like menus for myself, like self-care menu, days off menu, fitness menu. So for example, write yourself like a fitness menu and the things you enjoy. So for me, it would be Pilates, horse riding, bike ride on the beach, swimming, and then I'll pick one. On the day I feel like doing something healthy, I'll pick one. And I also recently bought a little book for budget planning and for meal planning, because now I want to track my food, not because I care about my calories, but just, you know, I want to actively eat well and eat good, more protein. I've been seeing really good results without even trying. Basically, my gas, I turned my gas off, then I couldn't turn it back on, then I had to get someone to come and fix it. So I was living off my grill for a while and I was eating a lot of eggs. And then at one point I ran out of bread, so I just stopped eating bread. And I noticed my body was getting very good and very lean. So yeah, I want to keep that up basically. Maybe 2025 will be the year I have a full 6-pack. When I was in Brisbane, I was looking at my abs and I was like, I was shocked. And it's Pilates. Honestly, even though a lot of people say a lot goes into your diet, I do agree, however. So yeah, write a menu for yourself, like self-care menu. Everyone's self-care menu is different, you know. It could be watching your favorite series on Netflix, listening to the Fly Girls pod, face mask, eye mask, massage. So yeah, I've been doing that a lot so that I can have something when I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Or say if you're sad, you can have a list of things that make you happy menu, like happiness menu, I don't know. And then you can pick something, because sometimes when you're in a state of anger and high emotions and, you know, your mood is very elevated, so it's nice to have something, whether that's on your phone, your device, your on a piece of paper and a little book, and just, yeah, you can go through your menu. So I've been doing that. Remember, we still have time left before 2025. Write down your goals, what you want to do and achieve now for 2025, and start from now. It's not mandatory to start on January the 1st. Start from now, and then you can build the habit. Another book I would highly recommend is Atomic Habits, guys. It's amazing, game changer. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love you all so much. I'm your lovely host, Maya Rothwell, and you've been listening to the Fly Girls podcast. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. I adore you all so much. Take care. Have a lovely day or night, whatever time it is in the world where you are. Remember, stay away from the Dusties. Ciao. Bye.